Have you ever noticed something strange? One day someone is everywhere. They're active in group chats. They reply to every message. They show up at every gathering. Then they disappear. No fight, no goodbye, no explanation. Weeks become months. And when people ask where they went, nobody really knows. Some assume they're depressed, others think they're arrogant, but psychology suggests something much more interesting. In many cases, the people who suddenly disappear aren't running away from life. They're running towards something else. And surprisingly, the more intelligent someone is, the more likely they are to slowly vanish from everyone around them. Here's why. Most people think intelligence is about solving math problems. It isn't. Real intelligence changes how your brain experiences the world. You begin noticing patterns other people completely miss. You hear conversations repeating themselves. You recognize predictable behavior. You see arguments that never lead anywhere. After enough time, your brain starts asking a dangerous question. Why am I spending so much energy on things that don't matter? This isn't because intelligent people hate others. It's because their brain becomes increasingly selective. Imagine eating your favorite meal every day. Eventually, even that becomes boring. Now imagine hearing the same conversations every single week. The gossip, the complaints, the endless drama, the same opinions, the same jokes. For someone who constantly craves new ideas, this can become mentally exhausting. Eventually, silence feels more rewarding than another meaningless conversation. And that's where disappearing often begins. Not with anger, but with boredom. Here's something psychologists have discovered. Your brain has limited cognitive resources. Every conversation, every notification, every unnecessary argument consumes mental energy. Most people don't notice this. Highly intelligent people often do. Because they're constantly thinking, analyzing, and processing information, their brain is already busy, so they begin asking a different question. Is this worth my attention? Many times, the answer becomes no. Instead of replying immediately, they leave the message. Instead of attending another social event, they stay home. Instead of explaining themselves, they simply disappear. To everyone else, it looks rude. To them, it feels necessary. Not because people are bad, but because attention has become their most valuable resource. And once you realize attention is limited, you stop giving it away so easily. As intelligence grows, something unexpected happens. You become better at reading people. You notice fake compliments, forced smiles, hidden jealousy, manipulation disguised as kindness. People often believe they're hiding these things, but subtle patterns reveal much more than words. After seeing enough of these patterns, pretending everything is normal becomes exhausting. Imagine watching a movie where you've already guessed the ending. Would you still be excited? Probably not. Many intelligent people experience conversations the same way. They already know where the discussion is going. They know who will interrupt, who wants attention, who is pretending, who actually cares. That doesn't make them superior. It simply makes social situations feel more predictable. Eventually, instead of pretending to enjoy every interaction, they quietly leave. Here's something that surprises many people. Loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. Loneliness hurts. Solitude heals. Most people fear being alone because silence forces them to face their thoughts. But intelligent people often experience the opposite. Silence becomes stimulating. Their mind creates ideas, imagines possibilities, connects concepts, plans the future. Some of history's greatest thinkers intentionally spent enormous amounts of time alone, not because they disliked humanity, but because uninterrupted thinking produced their best ideas. After discovering how peaceful solitude feels, crowded rooms suddenly become much less attractive. It's difficult to go back once you realize your happiest moments happen without constant noise. As people mature, something interesting changes. Opportunities increase. Time doesn't. This creates a problem. Every yes costs something else. An evening with friends may cost progress on a dream. Hours scrolling social media may cost learning a new skill. Watching random videos may cost building a business. Highly intelligent people tend to think in trade-offs. They're constantly calculating invisible costs, not money, time, attention, energy. They begin removing anything that doesn't move their life forward. Unfortunately, this often includes relationships that exist only out of habit. It isn't personal, it's prioritization. And to everyone watching, it looks exactly like disappearing. When we're younger, many of us want approval, likes, replies, invitations, recognition. But something changes over time, especially for highly intelligent individuals. They slowly stop measuring their worth through other people's opinions. They don't need to post everything. They don't need everyone to agree. They don't need to prove they're successful. Ironically, the less validation they seek, the less visible they become. Because they're building a life, not performing one. While others are broadcasting every achievement, they're quietly working. And from the outside, it seems like they've vanished. Think about your childhood. The friends you had at 12 probably aren't the same people you spend every day with now. Growth naturally changes relationships. But highly intelligent people often grow through interests extremely quickly. One year, they're obsessed with psychology. Next year, business, then philosophy, science, history, artificial intelligence. They're constantly evolving. Sometimes the people around them don't evolve at the same pace. Conversations become difficult. Interests stop overlapping. Goals become completely different. Nobody is wrong. They're simply moving in different directions. And rather than forcing connections that no longer fit, many intelligent people quietly let distance happen naturally. Here's the mistake many people make. They assume intelligent people disappear because they think they're better than everyone else. Sometimes that's true, but most of the time, it's something much simpler. They're protecting their peace, their focus, their future, their mental energy, their curiosity. The disappearance isn't always rejection. Sometimes it's survival. Because constantly saying yes to everyone often means saying no to yourself. The smartest people eventually realize you can't build an extraordinary life while being available to everyone all the time. So they make a choice. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. One unanswered message, one declined invitation, one weekend alone. Until one day people look around and wonder where they went. So if someone intelligent suddenly disappears, maybe they aren't lost. Maybe they're finally focusing on the one life they actually control. And maybe the bigger question isn't why they disappeared. It's why so many people feel uncomfortable when someone chooses peace over constant attention. What do you think? Do intelligent people disappear because they outgrow their surroundings, or is disappearing simply a healthy choice that anyone can make?